So continuing with the halogen derivatives of alkanes and benzene, now we consider arylides or haloaryls. Method of preparation. First method is from benzene. Benzene is treated with halogen in the presence of Fe or FeCl3 at 310 Kelvin. You will get chlorobenzene plus HCl. Similarly, when we treat benzene with bromine in the presence of Fe or FeBr3 at 310 Kelvin, we will be getting bromobenzene plus HBr. Then we have preparation of idobenzene. In idobenzene preparation, reaction does not take place like this. It will be needing a mild oxidizing agent like HiO3, which will decompose Hi. Otherwise, reaction will be reversible and we won't be able to get idobenzene. This method gives idobenzene. The role of HiO3 is to decompose any of the HI, जैसे कि HBr HCl बनते हैं उसी तरह HI बनना था. HI formed during the reaction. Otherwise, reaction would have been reversible. The idobenzene produced by this method would have reacted with Hi again and would have given us the benzene again. So, because it is due to large size of iodine, its bond with carbon of benzene ring is not so stable. Therefore, Hi produced here, it will attack this and will revert the reaction. To decompose Hi, we are using mild oxidizing agents such as HiO3 or dilute HNO3. They can be used to decompose Hi. Then we have second method, that is from BDC, that is benzene diazonium chloride. Here we are having two named reactions. First is Gattermann's reaction. In this reaction, benzene diazonium chloride, it is heated with copper powder in the presence of HCl. Product will be this chlorine will be going in the benzene ring. We get chlorobenzene, N2 plus HCl is obtained. And if we use here, reaction is same. If we use CuCl and HCl, then reaction becomes Sandmeyer reactions. This will be now Sandmeyer reaction. So one catalyst has changed. Here we used copper powder, here we use CuCl. Then similarly we can prepare the bromobenzene by this method, by Gattermann and Sandmeyer reaction. You take benzene diazonium chloride, it is heated with copper powder in the presence of HBr. You get product bromobenzene plus N2 plus HCl. If you use copper bromide in place of copper powder, then it is Sandmeyer reaction. As we have written there, we will be using copper bromide in the presence of HBr. We get bromobenzene plus N2 plus HCl is obtained here. So these are two reactions by which benzene diazonium salts they are changed into the chlorobenzene and bromobenzene. The two name reactions involved here are the Sandmeyer and Gattermann's reaction. They are having slight difference. In one of the reaction we are using copper halide. In another reaction we are using copper powder in the presence of halogen acid. Then we have preparation of iodobenzene. If you want to get iodobenzene, it can be obtained by heating benzene diazonium chloride with potassium iodide. It will eliminate KCl, it will eliminate N2 and will give you iodobenzene. So these are the preparations of chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, iodobenzene. Now we will be preparing fluorobenzene. That is another name reaction that is called as Bosch-Siemens process. So our fourth method of preparing aryl halide, that is Bosch-Siemens process. This is also a name reaction. In this reaction, benzene diazonium chloride, it is treated with tetrafluoroboric acid. On heating, it eliminates a molecule of HCl and first of all produces benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate. This on heating loses N2, loses BF3 and gives you fluorobenzene. Then we have fifth method from phenol. When phenols are treated with PCl5, they will give you chlorobenzene. The drawback of this method is we get triphenyl phosphate as a major product. The POCl3 so produced, it will combine with 3 molecules of phenol and will give you triphenyl phosphate. Plus 3 molecules of HCl are produced here. So this is the major product, this is the drawback. We wanted only chlorobenzene, but along with that we are getting triphenyl phosphate as a major product, which is not good for our preparation. Then we have sixth process from aniline. When aniline is heated with HNO2, that is prepared in the C2 reacting vessel NaNO2 plus HCl, and we will get phenol. N2 and water is eliminated during this reaction. Then we have physical properties of aryl halides. Aryl halides are generally colorless gases or liquids. Sometimes they become solid, generally iodobenzene. They are heavier than water and are insoluble in water. They have high densities due to high molecular masses. They have high melting and boiling point. The melting point of para isomers is comparatively more than that of ortho and meta isomers. It is because of the symmetrical packing of the para isomers in the solid lattice. Coming to the boiling point of ortho disubstituted isomers is more than that of meta and para isomers, because ortho disubstituted isomer, it is more polar in nature, its dipole moment is more, which suggests its more polarity. So its molecules have stronger van der Waals forces in the liquid states. That's why the boiling point of orthoisomer is bit higher than that of meta and para isomers. Then we have nucleophilic substitution reactions that comes under chemical properties. Nucleophilic substitution reactions. First reaction is Wurtz-Fittig reaction. When aryl halide, it is heated with sodium metal and alkyl halide. In the presence of ether or THF, tetrahydrofuran, 2NaCl is lost here and we get toluene here. Then we have Wurtz reaction. We have two molecules of aryl halide alone heated with sodium metal. We will eliminate 2NaCl and we get diphenyl. So this is our second reaction, Wurtz reaction. Then we have third reaction, that is also a name reaction, that is called as Ullmann reaction. Here iodobenzene is heated in sealed copper tube